Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm Hannah Grace. I want to start this video by saying condolences to the Dawson and Jabbar family. Peace and blessings to each and every last one of you during this most difficult time. The views expressed in this video are for entertainment purposes only. All commentary is alleged. Please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Despite what we're seeing on Love and Marriage Huntsville this season, the plan to dismantle the Melometers has already backfired. Let's talk about it.
It's not about lying. You're not going to change fans. No matter what happens, you got a base of people that literally will do whatever he wants them to do. Some people, they like Mel for a different reason. To me, they're just a group of deplorables.
Gotcha.
All right?
Right.
People, they're brainless, foolish people
Yep.
that follow someone that ignore all facts.
What is so deplorable, and karma's gonna get your ass. Why sit up here and attack anything associated with them? Contact the brands and get them removed. That's not okay. If my raindrops would ever do that, I would be like, what are y'all doing? It's not okay to do that.
Really? Yeah, a Melometer came here to my warehouse like over a year ago.
These Melometers are unhinged. She created them and she named them. Even though it's no excuse for this group of people's behavior, I feel that Melody still could hold them responsible.
I think Mel knows what the Melometers do for her, and she likes it. So, of course, she's not going to stop them. She likes it.
The fans are a group of deplorables. They are like cult supporters.
It's yo crazy fans.
The army of deplorables. They are crazy fans. The army of deplorables.
For sure.
Well, she had a good point about her crazy, deplorable fans. She's like, Marceau, how can I control them and you can't even control your mother-in-law?
That's what I thought. Play 'em. That's what I thought. Play 'em.
But she can control them. They listen to her.
I think
she haven't even tried to. That's the thing.
But I think that's a valid point.
But no, it's not, Marcel, because should we tell like my mom to get active? Because she tells her fans that. She tells them to activate.
I'm like,
ain't nobody about to be calling you and you don't respond to our text
I
messages.
said the same thing.
I ain't pressed like that. I'm definitely not going to DM you. I've asked my mom several times, I asked her specifically not to talk about Dale.
Crazy, deplorable fans. She's like, Marceau, how can I control them and you can't even control your mother-in-law? I'm saying that she does not control her fans and she activates her fans. At the same time, you have this mother that you're not saying anything about.
Active? Because she tells her fans that. She tells them to activate. Those fans are crazy. And she's aware of what they're doing. It's like,
I didn't come because a lot of the people that flock to you can be mean to us.
You talking about the Melometers?
I'm talking about just different.
That
energy was
the energy.
Where at the podcast. Who shared that with you?
Sonny.
Sonny did.
Getting along, y'all don't do none of that. Y'all don't do nothing but keep up hell all damn day. You look like hell and you keep up hell. That's what y'all do.
Like, what part was disorganized? The whole thing.
He said the
whole thing.
Carlos, Martell, Maurice, Marceau, Kimmy, Tisha, Destiny, Stormy, Miss Betty, Miss Wanda. Listen, you know that plan that you all had to Dismantle the Melometers is already backfired. I don't care what we're seeing on this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville is already backfired on you all big time. And I don't think Courtney could have said it any better when he made this statement.
Like, what part was disorganized? The whole thing.
He said the whole
thing. Like, what part was disorganized? The whole thing.
He said the whole thing.
Yes, that's right. The whole thing, the whole plan was messed up. The whole plan was disorganized. The whole plan was not well thought out. The whole thing. So let's just start off with who I think was supposed to actually initiate step one of the plan. This was step one. Sue the bloggers. Step one, sue the bloggers who support Melody. We need to silence them. We need to shut them up. That's step one. But as we see, Maurice and Kimmy were supposed to take on that task. But what they did not do was think the whole plan out completely. Because when Maurice decided to sue the bloggers, he ended up getting slapped with a $105 million counter lawsuit. Not only did he get slapped with it, he drug on into it, and now they're a part of this lawsuit. Step two, we're going to have to make Melometers look like they're deplorable, deranged, cult-like people who go around attacking people's businesses, who go around trying to destroy other people's businesses, who try to go around and do all of these bad things. That was step two. But here's the problem with step two. Again, just like step one, it backfired too. In my opinion, it backfired because a lot of people that support Melody are critical thinkers. We see the whole picture. We look at more than just one angle. And so we saw the deception that was being put out there. The deception. Now, a lot of the things that were being said, and that's still being said, are flat out lies. It's deception. So some of these people must have whoever came up with these plans must have read the book Mein Kampf. So here it is. What the plan is. We have to keep putting out the same narrative. These people are deplorable. They are not critical thinkers. They do everything Melody say continuously. You hear the same narrative. You heard Kimmy say, the people that flock to you. You heard Martell say that Melody can control the Melometers. These Melometers are out of control. You hear Letitia sit up and talk about, well, she tells them to activate. She could tell them, but she won't. She could tell them to do. They do what she say do. All of these lies they are telling the public. Anything that they could put out that's negative, they throwing it against the wall, using Marceau's exact words that he tried to use against Melody, throwing it against the wall just to see what will stick. So just as Melody said, now Marceau and Letitia want her to control the Melometers, but they can't even control Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda has been going on a rampage for years now, talking about Melody, talking about her children, talking about anything that she could say negative about Melody over and over and over. And not one of those people that want Melody to control a whole group of people has been able to control Miss Wanda's mouth. If they have tried, it didn't work. And I'm willing to believe they haven't even tried. And here's the other thing. Martell wants Melody to control a whole group of people, just like Martell, just like Letitia and Marceau. They want her to control a whole group of people. But he couldn't even control his baby mama's mouth. This only reason she stopped running her mouth is because she is embarrassed. But before then, she ran her mouth so much so she actually gave the evidence to get Martell arrested. Martell couldn't control her mouth when she was running around telling what was going on when he was trying to date Shari. She told everything. She could not stop running that mouth. Her mouth was just like a broken refrigerator, running. Like an actual refrigerator that could not stop running. So control her. You can't control her. Had you been able to control her, then you probably wouldn't have got the arrest. you probably wouldn't got any of half of the stuff that you got. But that serves you right. So while you running around talking about melody, you need to control the millimeters. Control, and as a matter of fact, you can control yourself. So how, if you can't control yourself, how you gonna ask somebody else to control somebody else? Boy, bye. Talking about when you and Melody was married and you was having the extramarital affair that you would go down to the altar and pray. You just couldn't get it out of you. But you got it out of you now. What's the difference? That lets you know that you were just doing what you wanted to do. But that's out of control. So if you're out of control, you can't control yourself. So you say, I guarantee you can control yourself. You can control yourself now because you got your butt locked up. And as a matter of fact, your baby mama, your paramour, she done ran her mouth so much she got both of y'all in all kinds of trouble. So again, with step 2, they needed everybody to be on board saying the exact same thing, and everything that they were saying was deceptive. The key was deception. We got to put out this false narrative. And don't you know, in my opinion, that Love and Marriage Huntsville has been used to put that narrative out, but they did recruit other bloggers, larger bloggers, but the problem is the bloggers tried to put out the narratives, but because they were lies, they got afraid that their channel would be affected by putting out these lies. So they had to back up. That's all we have been seeing throughout every episode almost. Somebody is saying something bad about Melody and the Melometers. So for example, we saw Stormy talking about a Melometer came to her warehouse to attack her, which is a flat out lie. We even heard a lot that the blogger went and put her hand on Stormy's door to enter and actually entered her warehouse, which is a flat out lie. And I do hope that the blogger's attorney is able to hold these people accountable for telling these lies on her client. So again, this show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, is being used to put this narrative out about the Melometers. And it sounds like they are really trying to hurt Melody. These storylines are actually trying to hurt Melody. But again, that's going to backfire again. It's already backfired because what we see is that OWN now has a lawsuit, $105 million counter lawsuit against them that's attached to MAURICE filing the actual initial claim against the bloggers. Because OWN has this $105 million counter lawsuit, it should put some fear in whoever is responsible for this entire scheme, this entire takedown attempt. Because again, as I say, Kimmy and MAURICE were going to be used during step 1 to file this lawsuit and to try to silence the Melometers. That was the entire plan. Why would you want to do that? When this is a group of people that support a person, it had nothing to do with you. Nothing. Why would you do it? Out of jealousy? Because the bloggers were finding out information about you all's businesses and a lot of the stuff just wasn't adding up to what was on the show? Why? Why would you want to not only silence the Melometers, you want to snatch the support away from Melody? I simply don't understand it. I do think that it has something to do with her moving up and out and all of the success and support that Melody was getting and that she is going to continue to get. Because again, the plan that you all concocted is so evil and so wicked. And again, it's all based on deception. So just like always, the truth will prevail. So whoever thought that they were going to get away with concocting a whole scheme to bring down a whole group of people are sadly mistaken. It's not going to work. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I bet you're running and hiding now because you think that, oh, I came up with this plot, I was wrong, and I'm getting ready to get my karma. I'm getting ready to find out what when you dig one hole, you better dig two really means. I'm getting ready to find out what it really means when the scripture says God will use your enemy as your footstool. I'm getting ready to find out what it really means when the scripture says you will reap what you sow. And I know, but I'm pretty sure that they are looking back now and saying we made a mistake. Because once MAURICE found out he had this $105 million counter lawsuit, it started raining. And sometimes they say when it rains, it pours. Then he turns around and get arrested for a DUI. Again, they all should be shaking in their boots now because the whole plan was based upon deception. We're going to bring down this whole group of people. We're going to make them look bad. We're going to dismantle this whole group of people. That was the plan. That was the plan that was not well thought out. That is a plan that has backfired in so many ways. That's all I have for this video. Please drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Hannah Grace. Have a beautiful day. And remember, I am Aris. I do have a garden tip at the end of the video. Please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Birds are important to the ecosystem. As birds move between plants, trees, and bushes, some types act as pollinators by moving pollen from one flower to another. Pollination is vital to produce fruit and seeds. That's why we always place bird feeders in our garden. Thank you so much for joining me for another Garden Tips by Hannah Grace. Have a beautiful day and happy gardening.